So in last week's video, we drove into Canyonlands with a Jeep and it was so much fun. We had a blast. It was one of the things that we didn't get to do the last time we were here in Moab, just 6 months ago or so. And today we're doing something else that we didn't get to do last time we were here, and it was basically the only thing that we didn't do in Arches National Park, and that is the fiery furnace. We are so excited. I'm sure that there are some backcountry hikes and stuff that we also didn't do last time we were in Arches, but we're really excited to finally get to do the fiery furnace.
But we are also still camping with Thomas and Stacy from I'm Not Lost, I'm RVing, and they're headed into Arches too with us. And this is actually going to be their first time in Arches, right?
It is. Yes. We were super excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we haven't done anything around here yet, like out in the west, really, besides Carlsbad. So this is like one of those first big national parks that we got to do. Yeah. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Arches is like one of the most popular. Unfortunately, when Jenny and I headed into town yesterday, we passed by the entrance to Arches, and it was just, oh my gosh, the wait was so long. If you guys haven't been to Arches yet, what they do is they only allow so many people in, and then they're like, all right, no one else in, and it's one car out, one car in. And I think we're gonna experience that, even though it is the middle of the week. It was Wednesday yesterday,
yeah.
And they had to do that, yeah. And it was like 9 a.m. We're like, what the heck? But we're all riding in together and exploring the fiery furnace today. And you guys are filming a video too, right?
We are. Our video is gonna be basically tips for unknown hikes. So what to think about ahead of time and what to bring with you.
Awesome. So yeah, after this video, go check theirs out, and we should probably get going.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So we're finally at the fiery furnace. It was kind of a long drive from our campsite and then all the way through Arches to get over here, but we're really excited to go do this hike. It's gonna be really interesting. However, the fiery furnace requires a permit, and they only allow 75 permits a day. So we went ahead and we went into town a week ago and bought our permits for the 4 of us, and you have to hike with it on you because there are rangers that are down there and they'll check your permit to make sure that you're allowed to hike in there. And fun fact, I guess not so fun fact if you come in here and you don't have a permit, but if you try and hike without a permit, you have the potential for a $500 fine and 6 months in jail. So just go get the permit. It's like really cheap, so just do that.
So we literally just kind of entered the fiery furnace, walked down into the first wash, and we're already eating lunch because, not only was the drive in a little long, we had to wait in line to get into Arches, and then the drive all the way back here, but we may have taken a little while longer than usual not longer than usual, just long to get ready. So I don't know.
It's very normal for us.
Yeah, what time is it right now? Is it like noon?
It's
1?
probably closer to 1.
Yeah, so.
They're notorious for late starts.
Yeah, we
it is 12:54.
Oh my gosh.
It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we planned on getting here around between 9 and 10, and I think we missed the mark by about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. That's pretty typical.
Yeah.
It feels good right here, though.
That feels awesome. So we need to talk kind of quiet while in the fiery furnace because there's rock walls everywhere, so sound just echoes all over the place, and it actually even says that on our permits. And in the orientation that we went through with the park ranger, they said that you need to talk quietly just so everyone can kind of have a good experience and kind of feel like they're secluded in nature. And another thing is these arrows, like this one behind me, is basically the only thing that's kind of showing you the way, because there's no true trail that leads through the fiery furnace. It's kind of just a meandering maze. You can follow these arrows, or if there is, another direction that you'd like to go, you can go that way, but you might get lost, and it very likely leads to a dead end eventually. But we're kind of following these arrows, even though they're fairly hard to spot. When we came across this one, we're glad that this one is here, because this direction, which is, not the right way, looks like it's totally the way to go. It's just a wide open path that has footprints through it, so getting lost would be pretty easy without these arrows.
Now, while walking in the fiery furnace, it is imperative that you follow the rules. You have to walk in sandy washes, and you have to walk on rock. Those are the only things you can walk on. Now, the reason being is because of this. This is what they call living soil. It's a type of organism that plants its roots on the top of soil, and it helps, plants grow, and it keeps erosion down, and it keeps, it disperses water to the other plants around. It's very important to the ecosystem. Now, there are sand dunes here, which are very sandy, but it's not a sandy wash. You're also not allowed to walk on the sand dunes. Now, the reason being is because there are plants that live in the sand dunes. When you walk on the sand dunes, it, exposes those roots, and it can kill the plants. There are also a lot of animals that find their homes in the sand dunes. So these are all rules that you will learn when you take the orientation for coming to the fiery furnace, if you ever do come here. But it is important that you follow the rules, because you definitely don't want to damage this ecosystem. Now, this living soil takes a very long time to get to this point that it's at right now, where it's this dark top color, and it is incredibly easy to kill it. You step on it, it dies. So it's very, very important that we preserve it. We passed a small sign walking this way that said dead end, and we weren't really sure which way it was facing, but now we know that it was facing this way because we can't go any farther. But if we hadn't gone this way, we would have missed two arches, one that's like you literally walk under it, and then one that's up in this hole right here. It's just so cool. We wonder, by following the arrows, how many other cool things we may have missed.
So this is kind of one of those spots where we have literally no idea where to go. There's no arrows, but there's all these different directions. Well, sort of, because we're up out of the washes on top of the rocks. We think we go that way, but we don't really know. So looks like we're going that way. But yeah, it's incredibly beautiful here though. So even if you do kind of get lost in here, it doesn't really matter because the entire fiery furnace is the attraction. It's not like you're, hiking to an arch or hiking to a specific canyon or something to look at. It's all just breathtakingly beautiful. Someone always has to come back for the camera.
The other way.
I know. I'm so confused.
This seems kind of like one of those.
Doesn't it seem a little?
If you can't turn around, you can't come back kind of deal.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little too far down.
The arrow then.
This is really far down.
What the heck?
I don't understand.
I don't think that's the way.
What do you mean? Just kind of.
I think we're supposed to. Yeah, like cliffhanger it or something.
Yeah, no arrows that way.
So
we've been through like 4 times.
Once again, if you ever watch our channel, we're lost because of me. Thomas actually had the right direction, and I told him, "Oh no, that's not the way. I think that's just the cliff to the other side. There's totally an arrow over here. However, it's super camouflage. You got to take a look at it."
Yeah, we were wandering around for. How long do you think we were looking around?
We've been here.
Half an hour.
Yeah, at
Easily.
least.
Yeah, and
It really looked like every single dead end here. Even went that way and came back around.
yeah, Jenny went one way, I went another way, and then Stacy went this way. We're all looking for arrows on the walls, and thankfully Stacy finally found one. Where's the arrow? I still don't even see it.
Right there. I mean,
Oh,
I
jeez.
have no idea where the arrow is at. It's like a general area right around here, but I'm just not sure.
Not sure.
It doesn't blend in or anything.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I literally climbed up here earlier and was standing right here, and I said, Stacy, take this because I'm gonna go over there. And she's like, no, I've already been over there.
Oh my
the way.
gosh, you're kidding me.
But the first time we went that way and came back,
Yeah.
like for the very beginning,
Yeah.
yeah, since then.
in my defense, I did go halfway, and it looked like a cliff, though.
Stacy got us lost, guys.
It's always
I really
my
thought
fault.
it was this way because how worn the walls are. So I figured, if the Rangers are doing big groups, then
Doesn't it look like this would just be a cliff, though?
Like, if I'm right here, yes.
Because I got to about right here, and I was like, this looks like a cliff.
hold the camera.
I got it.
They're obviously worn footprints right
Wow. Oh my god.
Holy cow.
This is neat.
At least there's an arrow.
Hey, look at that. The erosion is beautiful.
That is so pretty. It kind of looks like when you're in a cave and like they form like those water curtains. It kind of looks like that, except these.
Yeah, it does.
These are busted out by ice. So like that's how those ones are made.
That's super neat.
This place is incredible.
This you can really look at the rock and see that
People are walking on this constantly, yeah.
Oh man.
Are you going down?
I did.
Hold
So I guess we were on that for how long? 5?
Easily 5 hours.
5
easily.
hours? Man, yeah.
And it was
that's
only
insane.
supposed to take 2.5 hours according to the rangers. And I think if you go with a guided tour, it's only about an hour and a half. So we definitely failed somewhere. we got lost. How many times?
3?
Easily 3 times.
4 maybe?
And it wasn't like just for a minute or two.
We were lost for
30
at
to
least,
45 minutes
half
each
an hour
time.
or more every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though, there were some signs that said dead end, and I feel like those were kind of a discouragement for people to go those
Yeah.
directions.
Because
But
wherever the dead end signs were, when you went back that way, there was something cool to see. Like both times, there was. The first time we saw the dead end sign, there were 2 arches back that way, and then the second time was Surprise Arch. And if you didn't go down there, you would never have seen them.
and Surprise Arch is so pretty.
It is
like
so
you can't
cool.
miss that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too cool. So, yeah. So, Stacy is amazing, and she has provided dinner to us tonight. She's made us baked potatoes and chili.
Wait now, hold on. I made the chili.
Okay.
That's true.
All right, so she warmed up the chili, and she made baked potatoes, and Thomas made the chili. How awesome is that? You guys are awesome. Thank you.
$15 a person.
All right, deal.
I mean, not that I'm like a butter snob or anything, but this is like real
I
staggering.
just used the potato knife. I don't care if there's potato in my butter.
I actually do refer to you as BS David. Old butter snob David.
That's how I'm known back home.